What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today we got some home crypto mining odd and ends to do, and I thought, hey, it'll be fun to bring you guys along, give you guys an update on a few things, and get a few things done, and allow you guys to join me along the way. So let's go ahead, swap around that camera, and let's go over a few updates and things we got going on and projects, and then we got some GPUs to move around.
Today's video is sponsored by the team over at 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈𝐬consulting.com. Getting started as a home crypto miner can be intimidating, confusing, or just plain frustrating. Well, the team over at 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈𝐬consulting has you covered. 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈𝐬consulting specializes in professional, personalized crypto mining training courses, from the basics of understanding cryptocurrency to getting started mining. Currently an advanced miner looking to take your crypto mining farm to the next level? 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈𝐬consulting can help. If you would like to see what 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈𝐬consulting is all about, schedule a free 30-minute strategy call with their team using the checkout code @TheHobbyistMiner. Thanks again to the team over at 𝐓𝐡𝐞𝐈𝐬consulting for sponsoring today's video.
Okay, so talking about Wadum, here we have our Bitmain Antminer S19J Pro, and this is the one that we actually had issues with in our crypto mining shed. This is the one that we actually had that hashboard burn up, and I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner to a card to that video if you guys want to check that out. We actually have two videos going over that. So this is getting shipped back. We got everything put back together exactly the way it was, and here we have our replacement one. So huge shout out to Wadum for helping us out and getting a replacement one in. So we're going to go ahead and unbox that one, and let's take a quick look at the new one. All right, unboxed and good to go. So this is actually the one that had the fire problem. This is actually our replacement. Now, I was given the heads up that this is a used unit that came from Wadum. Totally understood, completely fine. Does need a little TLC and definitely some love, as you guys can see. It definitely has been used quite a bit at this point. So we're definitely going to have to scrub this up, clean it out, blow it out, and get it ready to go. Actually looking forward to that. We'll probably do that in a future upcoming video. We'll go ahead and strip this down, remove the hashboards, remove everything, and then get it all cleaned up and put it all back together. So we'll do that in a future video. But huge shout out to Wadum. We're going to be sending this one back to them, and we're going to be putting this one to work here in the next few weeks. Now, something we're changing up, I did go ahead and buy new dummy plugs for the fans. Highly recommended from you guys to say just replace everything. So we are replacing our dummy plugs for that build. If you guys aren't familiar, please check out the link in the upper right hand corner. We have a whole build set up for what we're doing with these. And I am going to be doing active intake and active exhaust as well. We actually are shrinking down that filter box, that massive filter box from AC Infinity. We are going to go ahead and replace that with something significantly smaller so we can have active 800 CFM in the front and 800 CFM in the back. And that'll replace the 500 CFM on the front and 500 on the back. So more to come on this in the next few weeks. Let's go ahead and head into our crypto mining room around here. All right, so crypto mining room right here. Not much going on in here. I'll show you guys what we got left. We've actually turned it into a lot of storage. Those are no GPUs in these frames, but motherboards in the works, all set up, good to go. Here's our riserless motherboard one. And then we also have our other one here. You guys may recognize a lot of these frames from over the last year or so. A few videos going on there. Unraid server, some more storage, a bunch of more open frame rigs. So we've kind of turned this room into storage. Now, we still have mining going on here. I'm going to talk a little bit louder. Down below, we have a, if you recognize this, this is the Omega frame. This has 12 of the RX 6600s. We do have a rig I'm hosting from my cousin. I have been for about the last 2 years or so. This is a rig of 1060s of his that he's had on Ethereum for the longest time. Not sure what he's going to want me to pivot it onto after the merge, but 1060s. And then over here we have DJ Mine's rig, which has a variety of 3060, 3060 Ti's, 3070 Ti's, 1660s are in this rig. Quite a variety actually. So what we're going to do today is my goal is to actually get all the GPUs out of this room. I don't want to use this room unless it's fall or winter time moving forward, because I can pull in that outside cool air. It's just been really tough cooling the whole basement mining down here during the summer. So we're going to leave this room, which we spent all this time and money on, which has worked out awesome, But at the end of the day, we're going to use this for fall and winter and mining some old GPUs in here. So right now, we're going to power down these two rigs because I'm moving these out to the crypto mining shed. So you guys will do that with me here. And this guy, these 12 RX 6600s, we're actually going to be moving into a Octominer X12 today. So let's get these powered down and we'll take a look at them real quick and then take them out to the farm. All right, let's take a closer look as to what we're working with today. So this is a B250 board. This is one of the ones I think you can get off of AliExpress. DJ Mines actually ordered this in originally when we got all the parts for it. Then we also have two of the 𝐓𝐴 1000 G3s, so 2000 watts total between these two power supplies. And then up top you can see we have a huge variety of different cards in here, all the way through, even down some of our smaller ones in there, 1660s. You know, you got a little bit of everything, some Zotac whites down there, like up here as well. And then over here we have the H110 Pro BTC with 10 GPUs. It's running just a 750 watt power supply ATX, as well as a 1200 watt server power supply. And then we have a variety, and these are all 1060s. Definitely older cards here, some of these small micro ones. This one's a 1660, but the rest of these are 1060s that you can see through here. Some 𝐓𝐴s, some ASUS, PNY, a little bit of everything. So let me get these carried out to the crypto mining shed. We'll get them wired up and put in place, and we'll power them up together. Okay, miners, we're out in the shed currently, and we have both of our rigs in place. I just went ahead and powered them up. So here's my cousin's 1060 rig, as you guys can see. I don't think I mentioned earlier, this is mining Ethereum. Not sure what he's going to swap to after the merge, especially with these 1060s. My guess is Flux, but he actually pays me per month for the electric rate, so just pays me like via Venmo or something like that, a set fee to run them. So for me, he pays me flat out for the electric, and that pays for them easily. So at the end of the day, it's not really a huge deal for me. But I do have this in place. We do have our power in place with our Ethernet and our other power, and it does run down and go into our PDUs and our switch underneath the rack there. So that's in place nicely. Over here, we have DJ Mine's rig. DJ Mine's rig is in place, and it is mining Ethereum as well. They're all NVIDIA GPUs, and my guess is he swaps this rig to Flux. But maybe he does Ethereum Classic, we'll have to see. But we do have our power, Ethernet, and power, and I've channeled everything down the sides here, and then they go down and into our PDU and also into the switch. Now I wanted to show you guys, with adding these rigs in here, so this is our 130 amp 240 volt. This is pretty much maxed out now, and then not hot. I was just checking it, not hot at all, so that's good. And then over here we're at 4,000 watts, so we still have a little bit of room. Let me go on the other side, I'll show you guys. All right, here we go, a little bit better. Look at that, like just under. So we got plenty of room. Those of you guys familiar with how I'm gauging that, so these are 30 amp 240 volt. So you go ahead and multiply that, and then that gives you 7,200 watts that you have available on a 30 amp 240 volt. You times that by 80, and that gives you what, 5,700 watts, give or take. So that is the 80-20 rule. Now we do still have one more available. Let's go back around here, getting our tour. It is loud, trying to talk loud as I can. This one is freely available. I'm holding on to that for when I do the ASIC, because the ASIC that I'm going to do, the S19J Pro, that will use 3,300 watts by itself. So what's next? We're going back around again. I'm sorry. Okay, by the way, temperatures right now in PA, 84 on this side, and we can look through 87 on that side. So we have a 3-degree delta just in the whole thing right now, which is great. So here's what we need to do. So next, we were kind of talking about this at the top of the video, and I actually thought about this while I was installing those rigs. So this rig here is full of 12 RX 470s. This rig here is full of 8 570s, and this rig here is full of 8 580s. I am going to decommission the 470s and replace and put 6600s in here. The 470s over the next few weeks, we're going to spend some time together live cleaning them and getting them all done up. And then we're going to pack them away until winter or fall. We're going to have to see how the market turns, but these are not as efficient, but I'm holding on to them. I'm not getting rid of them. My 570s, they're in rough shape. A lot of fan issues, a lot of problems. That's on ERGO right now. My 470s as of today, they were on the 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐜, they're on ERGO right now. So I'm going to take my 570s that are in here, and we're going to decommission them as well, clean them up, get everything fixed, pack them away, and hold on to them until winter, fall, and see what things look like. My 580s are really in question. They're still decently profitable right now. These are on ERGO, so I'm probably going to keep this rig just the way it is. But I'm going to fill these with 6600s tonight. We're going to power this down. Our 570s, this rig, well, the 8 GPU rig, we're going to start buying some more GPUs, our 3000 series GPUs. And then I still have room, I believe it's this iPolo. I still have room in this iPolo here for a few more GPUs. So we're going to get them in here as well. All right, so let me get this powered off, and let's head into the house to pull out these GPUs. Okay, so work continues. So we brought our X12 in. These things, by the way, guys, are incredibly heavy. Don't let any other crypto YouTuber fool you. These are a giant struggle to carry, even with the handles. It's unreal how heavy they are. And I have some smaller GPUs in it. So here they are. These are some of the original cards that I had that I started mining with, back almost 2 years now. 2 Februarys there is when I started, and I bought these a few weeks into mining. 12 RX 470s. Now, we're down 1, so we're down to 11. This one I actually talked about in my 𝐂𝐴𝐻 video that I just put out this past week. So make sure you check that out. It stopped mining entirely, wasn't even registering, sent it to Matt Electron. Short story, he ended up finding that some of the fuses were bad in it. We went ahead and said goodbye to that GPU. But we're down to 11 of these. I do plan to pick up a 12th one at some point over the next few months, but these are the ones I originally purchased. And there's a few, these are called like the brown box ones. They're the real basic ones. And then these are actually the mining editions. You can see they're a little different. They have a back plate on them and everything. But these 470s, man, I mean, the 4 GB cards, this is my bread and butter. This is what I built my channel on. So I can't get rid of these cards. And second, I just don't see the need to. Selling them right now would be silly. I'd barely get any money for them. So for me, we're going to uninstall these, and I'm going to spend some time over the next few weeks live with you guys, cleaning these up, replacing fans as I need to, new pads, new paste. These have not had anything done to them in 2 years, and they've ran phenomenally. Now, I'm not getting rid of GPUs. I'm not downsizing. I'm just trying to be smarter and be more efficient, because my shed is the max amount that I want. It kind of like set that bar with the wife too. Like, I'm done mining in my house. It got me started. I got too big, and now I need to get it outside. So I'm done mining in my home. My jazz miner's in the garage, and everything else is in the shed. So if I'm limited in the shed, which is good, you know, kind of put some guardrails on things, we need to be smarter with what we have here. Now, I am going to mine in the mining room in here in the winter and in the fall and winter, because I can close off this door here. I have panels for the back side of it, and I can bring in the cold air from outside in the fall and winter and then exhaust it, and it doesn't affect the rest of my house. In the summer and spring, I can't use this room. I learned my lesson. It just heats my house too much. So, that being said, I have talked a ton right now, more than I wanted to. I'm going to get these uninstalled, and then we're going to talk about the 6600s that we're putting in here, and we'll get them installed. So, this will be empty in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, well that went quick, significantly faster to uninstall than to install. As you can see, here's our X12 board. If you guys actually haven't seen any of these before, I do have a full video on the X12 and doing the full install and explanation. I'll put a link in the card in the upper right hand corner as well as down below. Not much to it. The best thing about with these Octominers though, guys, is look at how many PCI cables you get. It's awesome. So that's all done. Here's our cards that we talked about. These are the brown box ones kind of that we had talked about. You can see it only has a DVI port on it, nothing else. Just a single 8-pin on these, and that's it. Nothing crazy. You can actually start to see some oil around the back there of that one pin. But yeah, so we're going to spend a lot of time getting these cleaned up. Here's the second ones. These actually have, I'll show you, so they look very familiar on this side. And then there's actually a BIOS switch here that you can see. So the red button is not the BIOS switch. There's a little black button right there to swap BIOS, so you can do 2 BIOS. The red button actually changes the LED color. The word Sapphire here actually lights up and it changes the coloring on that. Oh, look at some of that dirt and dust. Oh boy, there it is. There's some, look at that. Oh, chump change would be ashamed of me. Well, they're all going to get bass. Promise, they're all going to get bass here coming up here. So what we're going to do, the fun continues. We're going to power down this rig. Now, this was a lot of fun to build because it's a massive rig. You have plenty of room to work with, but it's way too big for my farm. Maybe if I had more space, but the Mega frame from GPU Risers, it's huge. It's a massive frame, which is crazy. So we're going to go ahead and power it down. These are all 6600s, which are going to be so much more efficient. I think those on, I don't forget what that uses. I'd have to look. But either way, it's going to use a lot less watts. So let's power it down and get these cards ready to be installed. All right, so this rig is empty. Look at that mess. If you were curious, this had an HP server power supply. It's a 750 watt with a breakout board. We had an H110 Pro BTC motherboard. And then we have an EVGA 1000, what is that, a G Plus power supply. Love those. This is probably one of my favorite power supplies out there. They just have a bazillion, yes, bazillion PCI ports on it, which is great. All right, so here's all of our 6600s. We have a lot of matching cards in here. So we have an Eagle 6600, 2 of those. We have 2 of these ASRock Challengers in here as well. And then we actually have 4 of the Hellhounds. These are the ones that light up blue. We have some of the lower end Radeon Power, the power colors. These are like, there's nothing to these, but I love it. They do such a great job. And these I was able to get for $219. Newegg open box. And then finally, these are the XFX Radeon 6600s. These actually have the dual BIOS. You can see the switch there too on those. So one thing I did, I pulled our hard drive, this is a GPU Risers hard drive, out of our bigger rig in there, and I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in here, pulling out this one for the Octominer. It actually just has a little SATA connection there. You just unplug it. We'll plug in that one so that we don't have to do anything. The only thing we'll have to do is adjust some of our overclock settings to kind of move it around, as it'll all be mismatched. If I was really good, I could go in and like really flip it all around, but we'll just go ahead and re-overclock everything. That's not a huge deal. So let me get these installed. 12 RX 6600s. Whew, looks sexy. Now that's efficiency right there. Right there. I love it. So this was on Ethereum. I will be moving this to ERGO when I do move this into the shed. To give you guys an idea, I've been building my ERGO bags, and ERGO has done really well recently. I mean, it's been over $3, which has been fantastic, and I can't wait to see where it goes after the merge. So I'm continuing to build those bags, doing a lot with Ethereum Classic, ERGO, and Flux. So let's get our Wolverine rig back in the shed. Okay, our Octominer X12 is back in place here. I can actually show you guys. We're at 677 mega hash on ERGO, and these definitely need to have some refinement, but they're doing about 56 mega hash each. We're down to only, look at that, 743 watts. That's pretty damn good. On ERGO 6600s. I have 2 rigs of the 6600s, these 12, and then I believe I have, in this guy here, another 8 of the 6600s as well. So that is doing great. That's cut down our power significantly. In here, if you come up here and take a look, you guys can see, look, that was up at over 5,700. We're now down to just around 5,000. So we've got ourselves some more watts there, more efficiency, definitely, which is awesome. Well, our shed is starting to fill up. What do you guys think, huh? We're getting there. I'm trying to maximize the space as much as we can. I have about another slot here that I could fit another server case. I do need to get that Kadena miner plugged back in. I'm going to get that done tonight off camera as well. But other than that, as I talked about, my goal now is to start to decommission some of these non-efficient, not as profitable rigs as we get closer to the Ethereum Merge. You guys are going to see that on the channel in the next few weeks. We'll be dealing with these here. I do need a shelf for my laptop though, for when I'm in the shed. This just lives in the shed. So I might put a little like corner shelf here, and then I can have my laptop here. So when I'm working out in the shed, I have something easily available for us. Alrighty miners, well, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. It's been a few hours for me, only a few minutes for you, but I got a ton done and I've been eager to get this completed. And I was like, how can I put this into a video? And I'm like, screw it. Let's just go ahead and record as we go and see how things go. If you guys like this style of video of just kind of like typical work of things getting done at a home crypto mining farm and you enjoyed it, please leave a comment down below. Let me know and I'll do more of these. But guys, I am ecstatic. I can report for the first time in 2 years that I have nothing mining in my home. I have everything out in my shed and then one jazz miner in my garage. It is amazing. I am so excited. It's so quiet down here. I can't wait to get things buttoned up and cleaned up now. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. Take care.